How long do you want to sing at the karaoke? 2 hours or 3 hours or all day? All day long? How often do you go to the karaoke? Every week? Every 2 days? Every 3 days? Or every day? Or once a month? Or never? It's been raining for the past a week. The past week. It's been raining for a week. It's been raining for a week. It's been raining for a week. It's been cloudy for the last week. It's been cloudy for 3 days in a row. The flood caused many houses to be thrown. The flood caused many houses to be thrown away. The flooding caused by the tsunami caused many houses to be thrown away. Typhoon caused many objects put outside to be blown off by the strong wind. Typhoon caused many objects put outside to be blown away. Typhoon caused many objects put outside to be blown away. Typhoon caused many objects put outside to be blown off. I was kept waiting for 25 minutes by my friend. I was forced to be waited. I was kept waiting. I was kept waiting for 25 minutes. I've been suffering from migraine for 2 days. I've been suffering from migraine for a couple of days. The event is going to be held for whole month of July, with some exceptions. The festival is supposed to be held for a week. The festival is supposed to be held for whole month of July, culminating in the procession of the floats on 17th. The festival is supposed to be held for whole month of July, reaching the culmination on the 17th. People around me betraying me caused me to think, what is real relationship? The traffic accident on the expressway caused many drivers to be stranded. The traffic accident along the expressway caused many commuters to be late for their workplace. The heavy snow caused many commuters to be stranded on the expressway. The heavy snow caused many drivers to be stranded on the expressway. The food program in the midnight caused me to eat a lot of supper. Eating much lunch caused me to feel sleepy. Eating much lunch caused me to feel sleepy. Eating 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 lunch caused me to feel sleepy. The typhoon caused many objects put outside to be blown away. Typhoon caused many objects put outside to blown away. Typhoon caused many objects put outside to blown off. Lack of study in my teens is causing me to study harder now. My lack of study in my teens is causing me to study harder now. I used to work as a part-timer during summer vacation. Some university students will find a part-time job to spend for during summer vacation. They usually have 2 months summer vacation, 2 months of summer vacation. So many students try to find a part-time job during that. The music reverberated during the night, which made me insomnia. The rock music being emitted from the bar made me insomnia. Rock music was reverberating from the bar during the night, which made me insomnia because my hotel room was located nearby. Have you tried eating lunch during the class, hiding from your teacher? Have you eaten snacks or sweets during class, hiding from your teacher? Have you ate snacks or sweets, hiding from your teacher during class? What is your plan during summer vacation? What do you want to achieve during your summer vacation? What do you want to achieve during summer vacation? What do you want to achieve during summer vacation? What do you want to achieve during summer vacation? What do you want to work on and accomplish during summer vacation? The rock music reverberated around all night long, which made me insomnia. The rock music reverberated around until 7 o'clock a.m. If you fail to earn enough credits, you have to take the same academic year again. If you fail to earn enough credits, you have to take the same academic year again. If you fail to earn enough credits, you have to take the same academic year again. If you fail to earn enough credits, you have to take the same academic year again. If you fail to earn enough credits, you have to take the same academic year again. Academic year, third academic year, fourth academic year. When I was in the fourth academic year, I had to write a thesis. Academic year. Academic year. I was super busy with studying and preparing, as many classes were scheduled in the first academic year. I was super busy with studying and preparation and getting used to the new environment when I was in the first academic year, because many classes were scheduled in the first academic year. Academic year. The first academic year. academic year, 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 academic year. I will continue studying until 7 o'clock p.m. Some people continue to study until they are stopped. Some students continue studying, or continue working on something until they are stopped by force. I will be studying until 7 o'clock p.m. tomorrow. I will be studying until 7 o'clock p.m. today. I will be studying until you come back. I will have been studying until 7 o'clock p.m. today. If you fail to earn enough credits, you have to take the same academic year. If you fail to earn enough credits, you have to take the same academic year. Academic year. I often procrastinated doing my homeworks, assignments. I often procrastinated in working on my assignments. I would often procrastinate in working on my assignments. Ended up having difficulty in working on that. I would often procrastinate doing my assignments, ending up have a lot of burden on working on a lot of assignments at the last minute. Which subject did you like to study? Which subjects did you like? Which classes of subjects did you like? Physical education, mathematics, English, philosophy, geology, medicine, science, chemistry, physics, homeroom. Which subjects did you like to study? Nothing. Nothing was my interest. No subjects were my interest. None of the subjects were my interests. None of the subjects at class were interesting for me, except for lunchtime. Social studies, 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 social studies. I used to find difficulty in studying social studies, but once I got the tips for getting a higher score on the examination, I started to like it. The tip for gaining higher score on social studies tests were just to memorize. I must hand in the thesis to my professor by the deadline. I have to turn in my thesis to my professor by Friday. I have to submit. I must hand in. I must turn in the thesis to my associate professor. I must hand in my thesis. I must turn my thesis in. Turn my thesis in. Turn my thesis in. Turn my thesis in. Thesis in. Turn my thesis in to my professor by deadline. There are many people complaining of higher consumption taxes. There are some people complaining of lower payments and higher tax. There are some people complaining of lower payment and higher taxes. The country A has been complaining of trade friction and threatening to impose higher tariff in order to protect domestic industries. I sometimes come across a customer complaining of bad quality of the product he or she bought from the shop. I sometimes run into a customer complaining of a bad attitude and treatment of the receptionist with loud voice. The labor union has been complaining of unfair treatment of employees against the employer. The labor union has been complaining of unfair treatment against the employer of the company. What are you complaining about? What are you complaining of? Stop complaining of what it cannot be helped. Stop complaining about what cannot be helped. Stop complaining of what cannot be helped. Get away here. Get out of here. Go away here. Go away. Let me alone. Go away. I'm planning to go away to cherry blossom viewing because the duration of sakura at its peak is limited for about 2 weeks. So I'd like to take advantage of this precious opportunity. Short term. I was supposed to go away to Hiroshima Prefecture, but it was cancelled for a reason. I was planning to go away to Kyushu area, but it was cancelled. I intended to go to Kyushu, but it was cancelled. I intended going away to Kyushu, but it was cancelled. I intended to go to Kyushu, but it was cancelled. Where are you going away during summer vacation? Where are you going away during winter vacation? I went away to Hawaii during the New Year holidays. Some people go away to Hawaii during New Year vacation. Some people can afford to go away to Hawaii during New Year vacation. Do you have a summer home? I wish I were rich enough to be able to buy summer home, summer house. If only I were rich enough to be able to buy summer home in Karuizawa, Okinawa, or anywhere. I wish I were rich enough to be able to buy summer home, summer home, summer home, summer home, summer home, summer home, summer home. I wish I were rich enough to be able to buy summer home. I cannot afford to buy summer home. I cannot afford buying a summer home. I cannot afford buying a summer home. I cannot afford to buy 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 a summer home. I was invited to her summer home for a couple of days, but I declined kindly because there were more important appointments which were made beforehand. I was invited to her summer home for a couple of days, but I was forced to decline because I had already made more important assignments before in advance. The super express train called the bullet train. Have you taken Shinkansen or bullet train? Bullet. Have you taken the Shinkansen bullet train? It connects between Tokyo and Osaka for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Bullet. I saw a very stable plate penetrated by bullets in the station. I saw some plates, iron plates, penetrated by bullets during the war. I saw some iron plates penetrated by bullets, which were made during the war. I saw some iron plates penetrated by bullets during the war. Bullet. It was not long before social networking service penetrated into the world. It wasn't long before the internet penetrated the world. It wasn't long before the artist gained popularity in the world. It wasn't long before the popularity of the artist penetrated into the world. bullet. The bullet being emitted from the gun was strong enough to penetrate the wall. The bullet emitted from the gun was strong, powerful enough to penetrate 3 pet bottles. Bullet travel, going and coming home on the day. The ticket for the bullet travel is cheap, but it will be tiring. It wasn't long before the popularity of the idol penetrated into the world. It wasn't long before the popularity of the idol penetrated into the world. It wasn't long before the popularity of the idol penetrated into the world. Penetrated the world, penetrated the world, penetrated the world. Penetrated the world, penetrated the world. The pen penetrated the paper. The pen penetrated the paper. His punch penetrated the wall. When he turned his position around and kicked the wall by mistake, penetrating the wall. While he was sleeping, he changed his position and kicked the ball by mistake, penetrating the wall. While he was sleeping and turning around, he kicked the wall by mistake, penetrating it. Which kind of training is effective to gain chest muscle? Which activity, what kind of muscle training is effective to gain chest muscle? What kinds of training is effective to gain chest muscle? When my wife is in good condition, in happy condition, I tend to buy my favorite thing, which is usually expensive. You should ask her when she is in happy condition. You should ask her for a date when she is in good condition, happy condition. You should ask her for a date when she is in happy condition. I tend to resort to listening to very courageous lines or words left by famous figures from the past whenever I get into being in sad condition. Whenever I am in sad condition, I tend to rely on the famous words or lines left by famous figures from the past. When I arrived at home, I was in very hungry condition. The great arts tend to be created when the artists are in hungry condition. The great arts are apt to be created when the artists are in hungry condition. Incredibly awesome arts are inclined to be created when the artists are in hungry condition. The typhoon passed my area, destroying many objects put outside. The typhoon passed through my area, left many objects blown off. Typhoon passed through my area, blowing off many objects outside. Pass through. The typhoon passed through. The typhoon passed through the region, blowing away many objects. A traffic accident occurred on the expressway, leaving many commuters being late for their workplace. A traffic accident arose on the expressway, leaving many commuters stuck. The typhoon passed through my area, leaving many objects blown off. A traffic accident happened on the expressway, leaving many commuters being late for their workplaces. A traffic accident happened on the expressway, leaving many drivers stranded for a couple of hours. A deadly traffic accident happened on the expressway, leaving many drivers on the expressway stranded for a couple of hours. Leave me alone. Leave you concentrated on the lecture. Leave you concentrated on the lecture until the end of the lecture. Leave you motivated. A cup of coffee helps me leave me concentrated. A cup of coffee helps me to leave me concentrated. A cup of coffee helps me to keep me concentrated. A cup of coffee helps me to keep me motivated, concentrated, focused, and so on. Poor condition maybe is leaving me doing a lot of effort. Poor condition maybe is helping to keep me doing a lot of effort. I've been in sad condition since last week. The ground has been in wet condition since 2 days ago. The ground has been in wet condition yet. Have you ever been in critical condition? Have you ever experienced critical condition? I'm in depressed condition. I was in depressed condition at the previous workplace. I was in depressed condition at the previous workplace. Only those artists in hungry situation or condition may be able to create blockbusters. Only those in hungry condition might be able to create awesome arts. Only those who are in hungry condition could be able to create awesome arts. I've been in good condition since I moved here so far. I've been in good condition so far since I moved here. Thank you. I often get in sleepy condition after eating lunch. I often get sleepy condition after eating lunch, especially if the class is boring. I often get in sleepy condition. I often get in sleepy condition after eating lunch. I often get in sleepy condition after eating lunch. I frequently get in sleepy condition after eating lunch. I often get in sleepy condition. Getting sleepy condition. Getting sleepy condition. Getting sleepy condition. Getting sleepy condition. You look as though you are in happy condition. You look as if you were in happy condition. You look as if you were happy condition. You look as if you were in happy condition. You look as if you were in happy condition. You look as if you were in happy condition. You look as if you were in sad condition. You look as if you were in sad condition. You look as if you were in sad condition. The typhoon passed through my area, left many objects blown off. The typhoon passed through my area, leaving many objects put outside blown away. I ate a lot of lunch, leaving me sleepy in the end as a result. I ate a lot of lunch, leaving me sleepy as a result. At present, it won't be until we turn 20 years old that we are allowed to drink alcoholic beverages in Japan. At present, nothing is informed about the accident here. At present, nothing about tsunami warning is reported yet. At present, nothing about tsunami warning hasn't been announced. At present, nothing has been reported about tsunami warning yet. At present, nothing has been reported about tsunami warning. At present, nothing has been reported about tsunami warning. At present, at present, at the present, at 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 present. At present, nothing can be informed. At present, nothing we can inform you of. At present, there is nothing we can inform you about. At present, we can inform you anything. Nothing. At the moment, there is nothing we can inform you of. At present, the team A is leading over the team B by 2-3. At present, the team A is winning over the team B by 3-2. At present, the team A is leading the game by 2-0. At the moment, at present, the team A is leading over the team B by 2-0. At present, at present. Can you tell AI produced character from the real one? Can you take about AI produced character from the real one? Can you tell about AI produced figure from the real one on the screen? Can you tell about AI produced figure from the real one on the screen? At present, nothing has been informed about the accident.
At present, nothing can be informed because even as we don't have information except for the evidence that the accident happened. That's it. But we will keep you updated as soon as we get the information. Thank you. At present. It's uncertain whether the stock price of the company rises tomorrow. It's uncertain whether the stock price of the company will quadruple in a day. It's uncertain whether the stock price of the company will drop hugely, drastically, thoroughly, inside out. It's uncertain whether the stock price will drop to a half of the price in a day. It's uncertain whether the stock price of the company will drop to the half. It's uncertain whether the stock price of the company will drop to a quarter, a third, half, a fifth, a sixth. It's uncertain whether the stock price of the company will drop to a fifth. It's uncertain if the stock price of the company will skyrocket tomorrow. It's uncertain whether she will be the next prime minister. It's uncertain whether every disease will be eradicated with the new technologies. The cops are investigating about whether the accident was done deliberately or by accident. The officers and cops are investigating about the fire was created by deliberately, by arson or spontaneously. The cops are investigating the incident. The cops are investigating whether the suspect was involved in the activity deliberately or accidentally without knowing the truth. The cops are investigating whether the suspect was involved in the criminal activity deliberately or accidentally without knowing it was criminal activity. Do you think the accident was created by accident or deliberately? Some people don't hesitate to tell lies deliberately. 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 Deliberately. Some people don't hesitate to tell lies deliberately. Some people don't hesitate to tell lies deliberately. I used to buy croquettes at the deli and the supermarket. I used to buy croquettes at the deli and the supermarket when I was a student. Deli, delicatessen, deli, delicatessen, deli, delicatessen. Delicatessen, deli, delicatessen. The electrical cable can catch fire by subtle sparks. The dust also can catch fire by faint sparks. He got a job at the deli first. He got a job at the deli. He got a job at the delicatessen. Delicatessen. Deli. Delicatessen. Delicatessen. Deli. Delicatessen. Deli. Delicatessen. Deli. Delicatessen. Deli. Delicatessen. Deli. Delicatessen. Deli. Delicatessen. Shopping at the deli is my mother's favorite. Shopping at the deli is my mother's favorite. I would often go to the deli timely to get good dealings. I would often go to the delicatessen to buy discounted goods, discounted food. I would often go to the delicatessen timely to buy discounted food. Delicatessen. What did you buy at the delicatessen? What did you buy at the deli? What did you buy at the deli? What did you buy at the delicatessen? What did you buy at the delicatessen? What did you buy at the deli? What did you buy at the delicatessen? Even small dust can catch fire by subtle sparks. Even small dust can catch fire if it touches sparks, subtle sparks, faint sparks. Electrical cable can catch fire by attaching to subtle sparks. The cops are investigating whether the castle caught fire by arson or spontaneously. The officers are investigating whether the castle caught fire by arson or spontaneously. The matchstick did not catch fire at all. Are you good at igniting matchstick? Are you good at igniting the matchstick? Because it was very wet, the matchstick did not catch fire. 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 The timber did not catch fire. I could not ignite the timbers with primitive weights. The matchstick caught fire. 30 minutes struggling with the act. The timber finally caught fire after struggling with the trial. The timber finally caught fire after struggling with the trial for 30 minutes. The timber finally caught fire after struggling with the act for 30 minutes. The timber finally caught fire after struggling with the trial for 30 minutes. Electric cable can catch fire by subtle sparks. Electric cable dust outlet can catch fire by subtle sparks, faint sparks. The cops are investigating whether the castle caught fire by arson or spontaneously. It caught fire. 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 The fire was devastating enough to burn the house down. The fire was devastating, horrible enough to burn the house down. The matchstick did not catch fire. 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 The matchstick finally caught fire after a couple of minutes trying to ignite it. The matchstick finally caught fire after me trying to ignite it for 10 minutes. The matchstick finally caught fire after my about 10-minute trial. I thought weeds burned down outside. Easier and faster way to remove weeds. The fire was horrible enough to burn the house down. Great fire of Meireki burned down many houses in Edo. Great fire of Meireki left many houses there burned down. A great fire of Meireki burned down many houses. Each time I recall a heap of tasks on my desk, I get depressed during my trip. Every time I recall a heap of tasks on my desk, I get depressed. I was asked where he can smoke. I was asked where he could smoke in the restaurant. I was asked where there were ash cans because he was a heavy smoker. And even now. I was asked where there were ash cans and the places where he could smoke. Ash. Ashes. I saw many ashes going up in the burning. I saw many ashes going up by the window. I saw many ashes going up by the wind. I saw many ashes going up by the wind. I saw many ashes being thrown away by the wind. All of a sudden, the governor announced his resignation. All of a sudden, the governor announced his resignation. All of a sudden, the governor announced his resignation, which surprised the citizens. The governor all of a sudden announced his resignation, making the citizens surprised. The governor all of a sudden announced his resignation, taking all of the citizens by surprise. all of a sudden, all of a sudden, all of a sudden. The girl went missing. All of a sudden, the girl went missing. All of a sudden, my pet dog burst into laughter. All of a sudden, everybody burst into laughter. All of a sudden, the audiences burst out laughing. All of a sudden, my pet dog burst into barks. All of a sudden, my pet dog burst out barking. All of a sudden, my dog burst into barking. All of a sudden, my dog burst out barking. All of a sudden, my dog burst out barking. All of a sudden, my dog burst out barking. All of a sudden, my dog burst out barking. Are you looking forward to fireworks display this summer? Are you looking forward to fireworks display this summer? Which fireworks display do you recommend that I should go? Which fireworks display do you recommend that I should go? Which fireworks display do you recommend me to go? I heard the news of explosion in a warehouse. I heard the news. Have you heard the news of a storehouse explosion? Have you heard of the news? Have you heard of the news about the explosion in a warehouse, in a storehouse? I saw a burning house and firefighters trying to putting the fire out. But they are still working on the putting it out. I saw a burning house and the firefighters trying to put the blaze out. But they are still working on the work. They are still trying to put the blaze out. They are still putting out the blaze. They are still attempting to put the blaze out. They are still struggling to put the blaze out. They are still looking to put out the blaze. They are still seeking to put out the blaze. Put out the blades. Put out the blades. Put out the blades. It took several hours to put out the blades. It took several hours to put out the blades. Blades, 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 blades. It took several hours to put out the blades. It took several hours to put out the blades. It took several hours to extinguish the blades. Extinguish the blades. It took several hours to put out the blades. It took several hours to put out the blades. It took several hours to put out the blades. It took several hours to put out the blades. It took several hours to put out the blades. It took several hours to put out the blades. Blades, 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 blades. It took a couple of hours to put out the blades, to extinguish 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 the blades, to put out the blades. Put out a cigarette. immediately. Put out a cigarette. Please make sure that your cigarettes are put off completely before throw it away into the ash cans. Please make sure that your cigarettes are put off completely before throw it away to the garbage can. Because my morning alarm did not go off, so that's the reason why I was late for the school. If the morning alarm had gone off as usual, I wouldn't have been late for school. If the morning alarm had gone off as usual, I wouldn't have been late for school. If the morning alarm had gone off as usual, I wouldn't have been late for school. I wouldn't have been late for school. The unidentified object might explode, so do not touch it. The unidentified object might go off, so do not touch it. The unidentified object might explode, so do not touch it. The unidentified object might go off, so do not touch it. I saw many fireworks launched from the land. The fireworks seen from a distance. The sparks seem to be landed on the land, but actually they disappeared until they reached the land. An explosive went off in the building, captured by the security camera. A bomb went off. A bomb went off. A bomb went off. An unidentified object did not go off. Unidentified object might go off, so do not touch it. Do not approach it. Keep away from it. Stay away from it. Unidentified object could go off. Might go off. May go off. Would go off. Can go off. So do not approach it. Much less touch it. Still less touch it. Let alone touch it. Something went off. Something went off. I sometimes see eggs exploding in the microwave oven. I sometimes by mistake take microwave oven in. I sometimes put eggs in the microwave oven by mistake, ending up the eggs going off inside. I sometimes, by mistake, put eggs in the microwave oven, ending up the eggs going off inside. I heard eggs going off in the microwave oven, microwave oven, microwave oven, microwave oven, microwave oven. The unidentified object might go off, so do not touch it. Do not touch it. Keep away from it. Stay away from it. The unidentified object, unidentified object, unidentified object, unidentified object, unidentified object might be explosive, so keep away from it. Stay away from it. We stayed on the 39th floor in a 50-story building. Our room was located on the 39th floor in the 50-story building. Our hotel room was sited on the 39th floor in a 50-story hotel. As far as I know, Kinkakuji Temple is 3-story, has 3 stories, and the top, the third and second floor are covered with gold leaves. As far as I know, Kinkakuji Temple has 3 stories, and the top, third and second floor are covered with pure golden leaves. I was often wounded by tripping over when I was small. When I was a kid, I was often wounded. I often wounded myself by tripping over on the ground, usually on the leg joint. A small strip flew to me, which wounded me on my arm. Unidentified sharp object flew to me, making my left arm wounded my left arm on the skin a little. A small fragment flew to me, wounded me on my left arm. Fortunately, it was not serious. I treated it by putting band-aid on the damaged area. I often wounded myself by mistake by tripping over, stumbling in my teens. I would often wounded myself by failing to jump over obstacles. I would often wounded myself by mistake, for example by stumbling on the ground. The typhoon passed through the region, wounded some residents. The bus driver took a sudden break, wounded some passengers. The bus driver had a sudden break, wounded some passengers inside. The bus driver took a sudden break, wounded some passengers inside. Okay, I will finish speaking here. Thank you for watching. See you next time. See you!